Eka, November 22nd, Krishna Eka, November 23rd, Vignesh Nehru, 25th, Srinivasan Murli, November 25th, Gangadhar Prabhu, November 25th, Mehak Bhola, November 26th, Mr. Indrajit Kampal, 28th, Padma Gopika, November 30th. Rasheshwar Prabhu anniversaries are as follows: Rasheshwar Prabhu and Mother Vijeshwari Priya Devidasi, November 20th, Gangadhar Prabhu and Mother Prem Nandini, 27th. So let's sing happy birthday and happy anniversary in our traditional way by chanting one Hare Krishna Mahamant. So please join me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, Samsung 6. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Itinamine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Srimavadi Panchanta Deshatarine Vancha Kalpadravyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, everybody, for being present for this Sunday to celebrate the very auspicious Tithi, Mokshada Ekadashi, the birth anniversary of Bhagavad Gita, the Gita Jayanti. More than 5,000 years ago, Krishna spoke this message to entire humanity in 700 verses at the holy place called as Kurukshetra, which is there in India, in Haryana state, and on this holy day of Ekadashi, Mokshada Ekadashi. Mokshada means that which delivers person from cycle of birth and death, from miseries of this world. Are both of you okay? Can you peacefully sit? You need something? Okay. Okay. Sometimes people ask, why do we need Bhagavad Gita? Especially now, so much scientific and technological advancement has happened. So just like tell them a story. Would you like to hear one story? Once upon a time, when new airlines had begun their services, they had done a lot of advertisements so that elite people, rich people can join in their first flight. Many people book ticket expensive tickets, thinking that their names will come in history for having flown in the historic first flight. Then there was a grand reception, grand celebration, and all people then boarded the flight, first flight of the new airlines. And then after grand reception and celebration, the flight took off, and people were in very joyful mood, cheerful mood. And after a couple of hours in air, co-pilot made announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two news. One is great news, happy news, and another is some unfortunate news. Which news would you like to hear first? Hmm? Which news would you like to hear first?
Bad news.
People were in cheerful mood. They said every day when we get up in the morning, we read newspaper and there is bad news. At least today, let us celebrate. Let us start with good note, great news. So co-pilot said the great news is that we are traveling in this airlines, and this airlines is traveling at greatest height. Never in the history mankind has able to travel in aeroplane at such great height. So this is a record, world records. And everybody started clapping. Wow, wow. And he said, not only we are traveling at greatest height, we are also traveling with greatest speed. Never in the history mankind has able to travel in aeroplanes with such great speeds. This is a world record. Jai.
Haribo.
So people were cheering. Imagine you are in that historic flight, flying at the greatest height, flying with greatest speed, record-breaking height, record-breaking speed. How will you feel?
On top of the world.
Great.
How will you feel? Great. Jai. What is Prabhu's name?
Ajitani.
Ajit.
Ajitani.
Ajit Nitai. Yes, Ajit Nitai was saying he will feel great. Jai, Ajit Nitai. Thank you very much. Yes, anybody else? How will you feel to be part of this historic flight, traveling at greatest heights, traveling with greatest speed? Yes. How will you feel?
Awesome.
Awesome. Jai.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. What is their name, bro?
Acharya.
Athar was saying, I will feel awesome, fantastic. Yes. Dilip, Prabhu, how will you feel? To be traveling in greatest, in the flight, we just traveling in greatest height, with greatest speed, and historic world record.
First of its kind experience in everyone's life.
How will you feel?
Very enthusiastic.
Very enthusiastic. Yes, thank you. Anybody else?
On,
How?
on top of the world.
I feel at the top of the world. Yeah, great. I'm the part of the history. Wonderful. So people were in great celebrating mood, thinking amazing. However, since he had told there's some unfortunate news, there were some people who were concerned. What is that unfortunate news? They said, my dear son, please tell what is that unfortunate news? My heart is palpitating. So the co-pilot said the unfortunate news is because we're traveling at such great height and because we're traveling at such great speed, now we have lost the contact with the ground station. And now we don't know where we are going. Haribo. Ajit Nitai, bro, how will you feel?
Express.
Huh?
Very scary movie.
Very scary, huh? So not awesome, but scary. How will you feel, Atharva?
I'll be scared and start praying.
Oh, my dear Lord, please save me. Oh, in what situation I ended up? And Dilip Prabhu, how will you feel?
What can do to land properly?
You feel worried now what to do. And how will you feel? On top of the world?
I'll look for oxygen mask.
Oh, where is oxygen? I don't know what is going to happen. So this is not the situation of that people in the flight, but actually this is also the situation of people around the world today. All of us have made great strides of success. Yeah, climbed great ladders of success. And we are also moving very fast. But unfortunately, we have lost the contact with the ground station. We are losing contact with our real self, Atma. We are losing contact with Mother Nature. We are losing contact with Supreme Soul, Supreme God. And we are also losing contact with each other. Isn't it? So it's a very scary situation. We are moving very fast, but where are we going? Where are we leading? We don't know. We are just running in rat race. So therefore, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. And if anybody takes our time to little bit hear Bhagavad Gita, one can immediately get connected to the ground station. One can get connected to real self, Atma. One can get connected to Supreme Self, Paramatma, God, Bhagwan. We can get connected to Mother Nature, and especially we can connect with each other with love and devotion. So this message of Gita is most profound message, which is most needed in this fast-paced life, where people can find some peace and happiness. One time, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, when he first time came to London to establish first temple in London, that time many reporters had come. And there was one British reporter, young, and he was very skeptical. And he was always trying to ask some question by which to put down Swamiji. And he want to discredit Swamiji and put down him in every way, So in that challenging mode and the negative mode, he was asking one after one question, and then he asked Swamiji, "My dear Swamiji, why you come to London?" He was meaning, you are old man. Generally, young Indians come to London, to enjoy. But you are old man. What will you enjoy here? And second, you are a sadhu. What is sadhu going to do here? So, why you come? That Swami said, "Oh, you Britishers," he said, "you are very puffed up. And especially you are puffed up because of material wealth, lot of opulence." But he said, most of the opulence which you have is actually looted from India only. But unfortunately, he said, you forget to loot the greatest wealth of India. Greatest wealth of India is not Kohinoor diamond or some material wealth, but actually real wealth of India is wealth of Vedic wisdom, wealth of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So he said that mundane wealth which you have looted, that cannot give you peace of mind, that cannot give you happiness, that cannot give you direction in life. But this Bhagavad Gita, which is actually real wealth of India, real wealth of Bharat, he said, this can give you peace of mind. This can give you happiness in life. It can give you real direction in life. So Bhagavad Gita is a very profound knowledge. In Vedas talk about two things, Vidya and Avidya. Vidya means? Vidya means?
Knowledge.
Vidya means?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Avidya means?
Ignorance.
Avidya means?
Ignorance.
Ignorance. Science and science. Knowledge and ignorance. There are three very famous aphorisms. Tamsoma Jyotirkam. Don't remain in tamas, darkness. Come to light. That means don't remain in ignorance. Become enlightened. Asatoma Satkamaya. Don't run behind temporal things of this world. Satkamaya. Try to achieve something which is eternal and permanent. Mrityurma Amritam. Don't live life like ordinary animals and die helplessly. Rather, live life in such a way that you can conquer death and become immortal. Mrityurma Amritam Kamaya. Human form life is mean to conquer death and achieve immortality. So, Vedas, which literally mean knowledge. Mm, mm. So they explain real knowledge and explain what is also so-called knowledge. In Vedas, everything is done in terms of their characteristics. Mm. So, what is knowledge and what is ignorance is also known by its characteristics. Like when we go in kitchen, in kitchen there will be many white substances. There is sugar, there is salt, there is soda, something. Imagine you take container which has labeled sugar and put it some of the contents from that and put in milk, and then you drink milk, and you when you drink milk, it appears it tastes like salty. What does that mean? What does that mean? You took some white substance from container which is labeled sugar, and you put in milk and you drink, and milk is appearing salty. What does that mean?
We took salt.
Huh? What does that mean?
We took salt.
Huh?
You put the wrong ingredients in the milk.
You and the label is sugar, but contents are not sugar. Content is salt. So there is wrong label there. Isn't sometimes wrong labeling happens?
Yeah.
Huh? So here we are seeing label sugar, but when we put it in milk, it is appearing salty. That means it's not sugar, it is salt. Then should we trust the label or should we trust the characteristic? Characteristic, isn't it? So it is appearing salty. That means it's not sugar. Label is sugar, but actually it is salt. Similarly, we see sometimes, especially during COVID times, people were not allowed to fly. And if they have to fly, they had to carry COVID negative certificates. And sometimes I saw people, actually, people carrying some duplicate certificates. And going to airport, when they are asked, how are you? And they say, very healthy. And then, where is your certificate? And they were also showing certificate. Oh, yes, we are COVID negative. Everything okay. We are ready to fight. But then when they are tested, they'll say he has fever, he's sneezing, he's coughing, and he has all kinds of such symptoms. What does that mean?
The certificate.
He's saying he's healthy, he has certificate that he's healthy, but actually his symptoms are showing he's sick. So whom will you believe? His words and his certificate or his characteristics, his symptoms?
Symptoms.
Symptoms. So symptoms are more important. What we say is not important. We may say I'm healthy. We may have certificate also I'm healthy. But if symptoms show that he's sneezing and coughing and he's having fever and that means he's sick. Similarly, yes, we may say this is knowledge, this is enlightenment, all these things. But actually, one has to see the characteristics. Like darkness has characteristics and light has characteristics. Imagine you are all alone in middle of night, Amavasya night, in deep dark forest. You can try to imagine yourself all alone in middle of night in deep dark forest. So how will you feel? All alone in middle of night, no moon night, Amavasya night, in deep dark forest, which is infested with snakes and wild animals, dangerous creatures. How will you feel?
Scared.
Very much afraid.
Will feel fear. So first characteristics of darkness is that it invokes fear in our heart. Yes or no?
Yes.
As soon as we go to dark place, fear comes, stress comes, anxiety comes in our heart. So, and second characteristic of darkness is it creates illusion. In darkness, sometimes wind blows and creates some, and the branch of tree moves. One may think, oh, it's snake, isn't it? And one may become more scared, more fearful. Because darkness, we can't see things as they are. So we will misunderstand branch of tree to be snake and become more fearful. Also in darkness, we can't see the path ahead. We don't know whether to go straight, take left, take right, take U-turn. One gets lost. And when one is lost, naturally one feels very fearful further, and one feels helpless, one feels hopeless, one feels very miserable. So some of the characteristic of darkness is that it creates fear, it creates illusion, and one loses the path ahead, one becomes hopeless, helpless, one becomes miserable. Imagine after some time sun rises and there is bright sunlight everywhere. When there's bright sunlight everywhere, immediately what happens? One's fear reduces. Yes or no?
Yes.
As soon as there's bright sunlight, what happens? One's fear reduces. Then one can see things as they are. One can say, oh, this is branch of tree moving, it's not snake. One can say, oh, there is dead snake lying. Oh, there is live snake. So one can see things as they are. Illusion is gone. When light comes, illusion is dispelled, gone. And when light comes, we can see the path ahead. We can say, oh, this is the path I have to go left, then I have to go straight, then I have to take right, then I have to go again straight, then I have to take U-turn. One can see the path ahead. And then one becomes a little hopeful in life. Hopeful of reaching the destination. So in this way, we see there are some characteristics of darkness, there are some characteristics of light. Darkness creates fear, it creates illusion, and one gets lost because one doesn't know the path ahead. As soon as light comes, one's fear reduces, one's illusions are dispelled, and one can see the path ahead and move ahead confidently. So if you analyze our education system today, what we can see, imagine student, first grade student and 10th grade student. Who's having more stress, tension, anxiety, fear? First grade or 10th grade?
10.
Huh?
10.
How many of you say 10th grade student has more fear, stress, tension, anxiety? Raise hands. Raise hands. Huh? You don't know. Huh? Which, okay. Raise hand like this. So I know how many of you. Okay, fine. Now, I don't know education system in America much, but in India, how many of you are from India? Don't know something of India? Or I don't know, it's similar or different. 10th grade student, 12th grade student. Who is having more fear, stress, tension, anxiety?
12.
Huh? 12th grade student. So 10th is stressful, but 12th is even more stressful because after 12th, he has to go into engineering, medical, or some, important college. And 10th grades are not going to be helpful. 12th grade are going to decide his further professional engagements. So 12th is more stressful. How many of you agree? 12th is more stressful than 10th. And after 12th, if you go in very world-class institutes, top institutes like MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or IITs in India, or Stanford, or very big institutes. When you go in big institutes, there's more stress, tension, anxiety, or when you go to the ordinary colleges, there's more stress, tension, anxiety.
Big.
And
Big institute.
big institutes. I have been going to IIT for more than 25 years. And I see practically every year there is suicides. And last semester I found out in last semester there, in 4 months, there were 6 suicides. Why? Because there is a lot of fear, stress, tension, anxiety. And I am also going in ordinary schools and universities. Hardly we see this situation. Hardly there is any suicide in ordinary colleges. But in big colleges, there is suicide. Practically in IIT every year. And I went to MIT. I have been going there. In MIT also I see many places put notice. If you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling lonely, if you are feeling suicidal, you have 24/7. Health, helpline, mental health, suicide, prevention center and all these things. So the fact that they are coming with this thing, that means there's a lot of stress there. So we say more we are educating from first to second to fifth to 10th to 12th to maybe engineering and medical or going to bigger universities. What's happening? Fear, stress, tension, anxiety is increasing. Isn't it?
Yes.
How many of you agree?
Yeah.
More we are studying, more we are growing, and more we are progressing in life, Our fears, stress, and anxieties are increasing. How many of you agree? Raise hand. So what does that mean? Light is increasing or darkness is increasing?
Darkness.
Darkness.
Light is increasing or darkness is increasing?
Darkness.
We may say light is increasing, but characteristics of darkness. We may label it sugar, but actually taste is salty. Similarly, we may label it vidya, knowledge, but characteristics are of ignorance. If fear, stress, tension, anxiety is increasing, that means it's actually not knowledge. It is ignorance. So therefore, Vedas explain all that which is been taught in our school, college, is not technically called as vidya. It is called as
Okay.
and what is Vidya? If you want to know what is Vidya, then we have to study Bhagavad Gita. How many of you want to know what is Vidya? So Krishna explains what is Vidya. Krishna explains Vidya means to understand matter, spirit, and control of matter and spirit, that is God, and their interrelationship. When one knows matter, one knows antimatter or spirit, and when one knows control of matter and spirit, that is God, and their interrelationships, that is called as Vidya. Matter means, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 gross material elements and 3 subtle material elements. Earth, water, fire, air, ether are gross material elements. One need to know earth. Earth means all kinds of solids. Water means all kinds of liquid. Fire means all kinds of energy. Air means all kinds of gases. And ether means space. So to know earth, water, fire, air, ether, that is gross matter. And then subtle matter, to know mind, intelligence, and false ego. So when one knows all these 8 elements, that is called as knowing matter properly. And then knowing antimatter, spirit, Atma. We are not this body, we are spirit, soul, Atma within the body. To understand Atma, that is to understand antimatter, to understand spirit. Difference between matter and spirit is, matter is not conscious. Imagine if I beat this desk, will it feel anything?
No.
But imagine if I beat any one of you, how will you feel? You will feel. Why? Because you are spirit. This is matter. Our body is matter, but we are spirit within. Matter is dead. Spirit is alive. Matter doesn't have consciousness. Matter doesn't have thinking, feeling, willing. Spirit has thinking, feeling, willing. So, intentionality. Soul has that, thinking, feeling, willing, intentionality. Matter doesn't have. So nowadays we see people are very much excited about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is just manipulating matter, manipulating some mathematical computations and all these things. But no matter how much you do mathematical computation, you can't have consciousness. Consciousness is not product of matter. Consciousness is symptom of soul, Atma. So no matter how much robotics and no matter how much artificial intelligence advances, it can never replace Atma or soul or person. Because we are always superior to all computers and all this. Why? Because we have consciousness. We have thinking, feeling, willing, and especially we have ability to love and experience love. No matter how advanced computers and robots become, they can never love you. And you can never love a computer. Imagine, I just heard today's Padma Gopika Mata's birthday. Imagine computer, she opens laptop and computer says, happy birthday. Is she going to be excited? But imagine, one Mali Prabhu says to her, happy birthday. She's going to be happy, isn't it? Because he's a person. Computer or robots, they're not a person. There is no feeling. There is, so emotions. So no matter how much we advance, material science can never replicate consciousness. Because consciousness is not a symptom of matter. Consciousness is symptom of soul, antimatter. Matter is created, maintained, and destroyed. It forms change. Like for example, this table is created, it will be remaining for some time, then it will be destroyed. It will change. It will change its form. But soul is never created and never destroyed. Soul is eternal. Atma is eternal. This body is created, it grows, and it disappears, dies. Body dies, but we don't die. We are eternal. Let me show you one video if I can show you immediately something if I get it. Krishna Govinda.
This data is like a real data. This data. It is like a real. Has to. So pretty.
Okay, let me see if it works. If it works, wonderful.
Muted.
Sound is not coming.
It's muted. You have to unmute it or what?
Okay, at least no problem. Sound is not coming, but at least you are able to see something.
Yeah.
No. Actually, the sound is very important.
It's muted.
It's mute.
It is all there.
Okay.
You see that sign?
It's a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
Sansi jirnani atha vihaya navani granati naroparani asarirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani trehi sansi jirnani atha vihaya navani granati naroparani asarirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani trehi sansi jirnani atha vihaya navani granati naroparani
अर्जुन, तुम शरीर नहीं, शाश्वत आत्मा हो जो न जन्म लेती है न मरती है, केवल शरीर बदलती है।
Amaram yovanam chara तथा देहांता प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र नमो यति वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न
Moyati. So, body is always changing from birth to childhood to teenage to youth to old age and then death. So, body is always changing, but soul is not changing. Soul is eternal. Sometimes after death, we may get different types of bodies: animal body, bird body, fish body, aquatic, whatever different types of body. But soul remains same. So, bodies matter, but we are antimatter, soul, Atma. So to understand that is the first step of knowledge. As long as we think I'm this body, That is called as ignorance. So when living entity, Atma, comes to this material world, originally spirit soul, Atma, is Krishna explains about the four things. First thing Krishna explains is that this body is not all in all. There's soul within the body, which is all important. Other one is to give so much importance to the body and external things and forget the real needs of the soul. Time. Okay. I'll just step. So, first principle, what Krishna is teaching? This body is not
body.
all in all. There is soul within the body, which is all important. Second thing, Krishna explains that this life is not all in all. Birth is not beginning of life, and death is not end of life. There's life before birth, and there's life after death also. Why? Because soul is eternal. There's life before birth, and there's life after death also. Because soul is eternal, we are eternal, body change. Third thing Krishna explains is this world is not all in all. This world is material world, prison house, where there's birth, old, death, there is suffering. But there's another world called spiritual world. We are spiritual beings from spiritual world, which also called as kingdom of God. But we have come here to the material world to enjoy separate from God, and therefore we are suffering. And goal of life is to go back to the spiritual world. We are spiritual beings, and in material world we cannot be happy and peaceful. Like our situation is like fish out of water. Now, if you remove fish out of water and try to make him happy, can fish be happy? If fish has to be happy, he has to put in water. Similarly, we are spiritual beings, but now we are in material atmosphere. So one can never be happy. No amount of material success and material achievements can make us happy. So if you want to be peaceful and happy, we have to reinstall ourselves in spiritual environment. Because we originally belong to spiritual world. So Krishna says, this world is not all. There's another world which is called spiritual world, where there's no birth, no old age, no death, no disease. Where there are no miseries, and one can live Sat, Chit and Ananda, eternal life full of knowledge and happiness. And we are not all in all. Above us, there's Supreme Lord, who is our most loving Father and well-wisher, and is our best friend. So Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that he is that Supreme Lord. And when we know God, who is our best friend, and under whose control everything in this material world functions, we can be peaceful and happy. So knowledge means to know matter. There's earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. To know spirit, Atma, who is Sachidananda, eternal, full of knowledge, full of happiness. And to know God, who's control of matter and spirit, who's proprietor, controller and enjoyer of everything. Ishamasam idam sarvam. Am sarvasva prabhu matta sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhav samanta. He is source of everything. He is best of everything. And he is essence of everything. So when one knows matter, one knows spirit, Atma, and one knows God. And one connects to God with loving devotional service, one can be peaceful and happy. So these are four things in essence Krishna is talking about. The first thing is this body is not all in all. There's soul within the body, it's all important. Second, this life is not all in all. There's life before birth and life after death also, because soul is eternal. Third,
This world
is not normal. Beyond this material world is prison house, place of birth and death, place of suffering. But there's another world, spiritual world, which is place of birth and marriage, it's place of eternal happiness. And fourth is, we are not all in all. We can't make this whole world grab in our mutti. We are under mutti of God. We are in control of material energy and God. And when we connect to God, through loving devotional service, bhakti, then we can be very peaceful, very happy, and we can be also transferred to the eternal kingdom of God, where there is no birth, no old age, no death, no this. And the best way to realize God and to go back to the kingdom of God is by chanting of the holy names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. This temple is an embassy of the kingdom of God. Like if you want to get visa, you have to go to embassy, You get visa, then you can go. So when you come to this temple is not material place, it's spiritual place, where you can get ticket back to the kingdom of God. Where, in embassy, like in Delhi, if you go, it's in India, but American embassy, everything's American there. So similarly, in temple you come, though it's in material world, but it's actually spiritual. Everything here is spiritual. So when you come here, kirtans are spiritual, deities are spiritual, Sad is also spiritual. Talks are also spiritual. So now we had a drama, beautiful drama. We had a brief talk on Bhagavata. Now we'll have kirtans, and then there will be prasadam for all, which is also spiritual. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama.
Ram.
In our school, college, university, we are only taught matter. That also incompletely, that also imperfectly. Therefore, that is called as avidya. But when we know matter, along with matter also, antimatter, spirit soul, and along with that also supreme soul, God, then and their interrelation, then that becomes complete knowledge. Then one can be peaceful, one can be happy, and one can be really successful in life. So all of you are coming here. How many of you are coming here for the first time? Great. Now, how many of you are coming regularly here? Yeah. So please keep on coming here regularly. Here you will get to hear from Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and all these Vedic literatures, where you can get real knowledge. And if you apply this knowledge in life, you can see, you can slowly become free from fear and anxiety and illusions. And you can get better direction in life, and then we will be able to move confidently in life. Like when light comes, fear is reduced, illusions are gone, and one can see the path ahead. Similarly, when you keep on coming here, you'll see your stress, tension, anxiety will reduce. How many of you have experienced that your stress, tension, anxiety have a little bit reduced after coming to temple? And especially chanting Harish. Yes, wonderful. And then you'll see the illusions will be gone gradually. And you'll see that you'll get proper direction and vision in life, especially what to do, what not to do. And then you'll be able to nicely progress. So thank you very much. We are extremely grateful to Srila Prabhupada for establishing temple here, and especially writing Bhagavad Gita, and especially inspiring all his followers to distribute Gita on this Gita Jayanti. You can also read Bhagavad Gita, and you can also distribute Gita, because this is actually which can really make one's life meaningful, life peaceful and happy. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Prabhu.
Now all of you can proceed for prasadam, and you can go here, take prasadam plate and come and sit here and honor prasadam. And while taking